What's up YouTube, Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. I apologize that I haven't made very many videos this week. I've actually been a bit sick, as you guys can probably still hear from my voice. I wanted to do a video though before Mobile World Congress this weekend starts and talk about the things that I'm anticipating seeing at the show. So these are the 5 biggest announcements that I'm looking forward to, and I'll do them in order from the top down because we already know what the biggest one is. All of the source links that I have here from my friends over at Gadget Hacks and the guys at Droid Life will be in the description below if you guys want to check them out. So first off, if you don't know much about Mobile World Congress, it is the biggest mobile trade show of the year where we expect to see a lot of the phones that will be released, especially in Q1 and Q2 of 2018. The Galaxy S9, of course, is going to be the headliner of the show. That's coming tomorrow. You can watch it live at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 10 a.m. here in Arizona, so I'll definitely be up watching it. There's been a ton of leaks, and of course, this is going to be the biggest story of Mobile World Congress. We've seen all the pictures at this point. You've got coral blue, you've got the lilac purple, you've got black, you've got a silver variant, which might not come to the U.S. We're likely to see the phone release March 16, 2018, with pre-orders starting pretty soon, probably after the announcement. The pricing is expected to be a little more expensive than the Galaxy S8, which means we could be looking at up to $950 for the Galaxy S9 Plus, possibly. We'll find out tomorrow. Snapdragon 845 in both of them, 4 gigs of RAM in the smaller Galaxy S9, 6 gigs in the larger Galaxy S9 Plus. They are going to have the variable aperture camera. The Galaxy S9 Plus will have a dual camera on the back, whereas the smaller variant is only going to have the single camera, as you guys can see there in the picture of the lilac purple variant of the phone. So a lot of people are quite upset about the fact that it's not going to be exactly the same specs among the two variants, and I agree with that. I think it's upsetting that they've decided to go to this style. A lot of other manufacturers have done it. It's really hard to find a smaller flagship phone, and now Samsung's going to make it even harder to get all those features inside the flagship in the smaller variant. So you also got stereo speakers, which is going to be a big deal this year. I think that's something that Samsung really needed to improve the last few years. Really looking forward to that as well. Now, I also made a video, my last video, about the fact that Samsung may also be bringing the Galaxy Tab S4 to Mobile World Congress as well as the S9. There haven't been as many leaks about that, but if you want to check out my thoughts on that, I'll drop my last video below, and you can hear what I think about the Galaxy Tab S4 possibly coming to Mobile World Congress. So aside from the Galaxy S9, the next thing that I'm most excited about is the Sony Xperia XZ2. So Droid Life wrote a nice little piece about this, about how everyone, really has not seen much from Sony lately that's been innovative. They've had a very stale design. And finally, these leaks from EV Leaks over on Twitter earlier this week show that Sony's finally going with an extra tall 18:9 aspect ratio. Reducing the bezels, you can clearly see there's still some bezel in this phone. There's no doubt about it. There's definitely some bezel there, but it looks a lot nicer. It looks like it has curved edges, kind of like a Galaxy phone. Fingerprint sensor on the back, so we should finally see a fingerprint sensor on one of their main flagships here in the US. They did just release a couple mid-rangers that have a fingerprint sensor. Sony's always had great software and great cameras, so I'm really looking forward to this phone now that they've decided to redesign the phone. It isn't an amazing overhaul. Obviously, you still see that symmetric Sony design that they love so much, but it's not quite the same rectangular slab it was in the past. They're pure software and their great camera experience. If they can bring that together with great design, I'm definitely looking forward to it. They're also releasing a compact version. We don't know if it's going to have exactly the same specs. It could be a similar situation to the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus, but I think this is going to be really compelling. Sony's event is on the 26th, so that's on Monday in the morning. I'll also be checking that one out, and I definitely can't wait to purchase these phones and bring you guys my thoughts on these phones on the channel. So that's my second announcement I'm looking forward to. The third thing is this great opinion piece that Droid Life wrote, which I happen to agree with. Google is going to announce a bunch of Android Go phones at Mobile World Congress with OEM partners. Alcatel actually already announced one of their Android Go phones earlier today. I'll drop a link to that below if you guys want to check it out. But now that Android Go is here, and it's going to be the software version that's going to run on phones for the emerging markets, we essentially have Android One now left to be what? So the question is, what is Android One going to be? So I reviewed a couple of Android One phones earlier last year in 2017, the Moto X4 Android One edition, and also the Xiaomi Mi A1 right here. These are two great phones because they run that pure Android experience, and they're also made by two OEMs that happen to make very nice hardware. So in my personal opinion, I really like the article that Droid Life wrote, and I agree with their opinion. I think now that Android Go is taking over the emerging markets, I really think that it's a chance for Android One to become a de facto sort of Google Play edition. So Android One is going to be OEM's opportunity to get stock Android on their really nice hardware that they want to just not have to put too much effort into having their own custom skin, and then Android Go can replace Android One as the brand new standard for these budget devices in emerging markets. So this is a great article, and I really hope that this does happen. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of Android Go handsets coming out at Mobile World Congress and seeing where the Android Go brand goes, and then also seeing how Android One sort of evolves from here. So that's the third thing. The next thing is the Huawei P20 series. So Huawei is announcing the first phone with a triple camera array on the back of the phone. They're actually going to release three variants: the P20, P20 Plus, and then the P20 Lite, which will be a lower tiered version. They're all going to run Android Oreo. The higher tiered versions, the P20 and the P20 Plus, are expected to have 8 gigs of RAM, and of course they're going to run the Kirin 970, which is Huawei's own chip on the inside. Should be an interesting phone. Again, triple cameras on the back for the first time ever. There's some leaked pictures here where you can see the triple camera array right there in this case render. It should be an interesting phone. I've reviewed quite a few Huawei phones lately. They're really doing a great job. Obviously, it's tough for them to push into the U.S. market, especially with the big fallout between AT&T and Verizon and the U.S. government trying to convince people that they shouldn't buy Huawei phones. But I still think they make great hardware. Their software could use some work, so we'll see how they evolve the software on this particular phone. I wouldn't expect anything too huge. It's probably going to be very similar to their past software. And I would also expect that these will take a while to be available to purchase, probably first in Europe, maybe sometime in late March, early April. So maybe I'll be able to get my hands on one to import sometime in early April and have a review. I've reviewed the P series for the last couple years, so I expect that I'll also have this phone in-house to give you guys a look and also give you my thoughts on it. The final thing that I'm looking forward to is the Motorola possibilities. So there's a possibility of a new G6 and G6 Plus variant arriving at MWC. We've seen some leaked images of the Moto G6 Plus, which you can see right there. And if it reminds you of anything, it probably reminds you of this phone I just showed you a minute ago. It reminds you of the array that's on the back of the Moto X4, both the regular Moto X4 and the Android One edition that I have right here. I really like it because it's a very premium build. It looks very nice. I personally like the way that it looks here, and it also gives the Moto G6 and G6 Plus line a little more premium feel. You will notice that they still have kept the fingerprint sensor here on the bottom chin of the phone. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that, but it does look like they've worked to eliminate some of the bezels. If you look at the difference between the render there and the Moto X4 bezels, they appear to be quite a bit smaller on the top, so they've like half the bezels on the top. So there's definitely some possibilities that this can be a refined design from Motorola. I've always really liked Motorola's software experience, very clean, very crisp software experience, especially on their mid-range phones. Should be bringing a Snapdragon 635, which will give it amazing battery life, and I definitely hope to get this one in the house so I can give you guys some thoughts. Probably be priced around $300 or $350 for the upper tiered variant if I had to guess. All right, guys, so those are my picks for the top 5 announcements coming to Mobile World Congress. I'm really looking forward to the show coming up in the next few days. Obviously, I'll have some more thoughts, some more coverage, and of course, when the Galaxy S9 comes out, I'll have tons of Galaxy S9 coverage and videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification icon so I can make future videos like this. You guys can find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter at the links in the description. Really appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.